I think Ryan Garcia should leave De La Hoya, Golden Boy Productions. Because someone else said that too. These two black guys have a podcast. And
you sent it to me, and I was saying the same thing. They should have. Been
they don't do the fighter. They should have been. They said that they should have been right there with him. You know.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. None of them. I mean, that was a terrible thing. And Gervonta Davis had Mayweather and all his handlers, and Mayweather's not even
contractually
under the contract,
right?
Yeah. And he was there in support of him, but yet De La Hoya, it was his fighter.
There you go.
And the guys were saying it. The reason why, they said because De La Hoya didn't think he was ready, and said he should take a tune-up fight before.
When are you ever going to be ready? You know what I mean? Or help him to get ready.
De La Hoya didn't believe he was ready. You know, and he was trying to convince himself. De La Hoya knew he was going to lose. De La Hoya was trying to convince himself that he was going to win, but he knew he wasn't going to win. Tank had too much experience, too strong, and
right. His pedigree
and a master technician. You know, like Tyson, they get in the ring and they figure out and pick you apart. You know.
Yep.
And he was, like you said, he was sizing him up, you know, measuring him.
That's all. It was an easy night for him. He knew that too, but he was ready.
Yeah,
he's a professional. And look at
and they keep saying that
in his corner.
Yeah, and they keep and they keep saying that this wait, what is that? The hydration had a lot to do with it.
Rehydration clause.
Rehydration clause. That's a bunch of bullshit. They don't want to give the black guy credit. That's all that is.
He was going to lose if he got gifts from Santa Claus.
Yep. he was not. That's why I said it. And Conor McGregor, that old coked out drunk, you know.
And Joe Goosen looking like a gay hairdresser from the East Village.
Yeah.
He does not need to have that amount of hair on the top of his head. Right, because his head is already so long.
Yeah, he's a weird looking guy. Him and his brother passed away. But he was. I remember him from Diego Corrales' corner when Diego Corrales was fighting and he got dropped. He was losing and got dropped. Kept getting dropped, and he kept spitting the mouthpiece out, and the ref kept warning him. I think he took a point away.
Yeah, they get by more time.
So he went up. The referee pulled him to the corner and said, "Here, put the mouthpiece in. No talking. No, don't give him no instructions. Just put the mouthpiece in." And they rinsed it out. And as soon as they walked him over to the corner, you better get in. You better fucking get inside on this guy. You better fuck. That's a goose.
You're making me look bad.
His face. Yeah, he got that long face, got even long, and his chin tucked into his neck. You better get in on this fucking dark kid.
Goose's face is so long that if he looks down too much, he'll injure his testicles. His chin will hit him in the neck.
He's got like a flat chin, too. Like, it's a long, flat chin, like a cartoon caricature.
Oh, good. I'm going to have fun drawing all of them this week. I just want to do a little experiment.
Yeah, but I felt bad for the guy because his corner should have been there. I mean, it was all talk and smack, but he knew. I think deep down inside he knew he wasn't going to win. I think Ryan was trying to convince himself of that. He
had to psych himself up, and the thing is too.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
He knew it was.
I think because he said, "Oh, my leg." He said my legs were weak. I was not right, He said, but he caught me with a good shot, and that was it,
But you know what? That was a cash out for Golden Boy. That was a cash out.
Yeah,
they didn't want to do it. Yeah, you know what? You're bugging us to do it. You go ahead and do it. And now everybody.
That's all it was. Yeah, because De La Hoya kept saying that he wasn't ready for him. They would ask him, "Is Garcia ready?" No. That's what De La Hoya would say. Every time they had no way, and Garcia got mad, weird. I guess, and but I mean he got mad because De La Hoya didn't have any faith in him, and then he wanted this fight. He gave up everything. Everything that Davis asked for, his corner asked for, he gave up that he got, and he didn't get nothing back. And De La Hoya was pissed about that. They said,
well, maybe De La Hoya was pissed.
He wanted to fight
everything to him. I'm about
But
that
did
life.
you see? After the fight, after the fight, I was watching. They were like taking pictures, and I saw Garcia went over to Tank. He got his. He they were talking, and he went and got his phone from his father. And Tank looked like he thought they were going to take a picture. I don't know. He was like holding his hand, and he whispered something. I guess he said, "Can I have you? Let me have your number." Can you? He said, and Tank was like a little kid. For real? He said,
Yeah. Tank's not a bad guy. He just had a rough upbringing, but he's not a bad guy. He's a father now.
I like him at first. Yeah, I didn't like him, but now I got to know about him, and I have the utmost respect for him. I like him. He brings the excitement to boxing that we need, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he sparred Devin Haney or something like that.
He's not afraid of anybody.
At Mayweather Gym, and Haney said that he caught Tank and rocked him or some crap, and Tank said that's a lie. He said he caught him and almost knocked Haney out.
I can believe that because Haney doesn't have any power.
Yeah. No, and the guy that said it. Yeah, the guy that said it said, "Who was that Broner?" He said Broner confirmed it. So he said, Broner said it was true.
Yeah, he's not gonna lie.
No, he's not. That's what the guy said. So he said and he said the way Tank was talking, he knew it was true, and the way Haney was talking, he didn't believe it, So and then once they said that Broner saw it, and he must have been there and saw it, and he said it's true,
Right. Wow.
Haney, I never seen him fight. I just like clipping, like little YouTube stuff, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these guys.
He's fundamentally sound, but I think he has, I can't remember, but he has one chink in his armor, defense-wise, very, very, very slim chink in his armor, but he doesn't have that. If Devin Haney had Tank's power, he'd really, really, but it's not like he's...
Do you know?
Say it again?
Do you know this guy, Rolo? Who is this guy, Rolo something?
Rolly Romero.
Who?
Rolly.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, that guy.
But Tank knocked him out the last fight. You didn't see that fight?
Yeah, and he's still talking crap about Tank. Oh, he said Tank closed his eye and threw a punch and got lucky. This guy is nuts. He timed that punch. He set him up and he, put forth a plan, and he did it,
Yep.
It's not like he just threw a wild punch, and he did the same thing with Garcia. I told you, he he can see it's natural ability with him. He's been doing this so long.
He's 7 years old.
When he sees an opening and he doesn't have to think about it. He just reacts because it's instinct and natural, and that's what these guys don't have.
They don't have it.
It's muscle memory, it's just like an instinct, because that's how, when I first had remember when we fought Wilhelmina's brother? I forget his name.
For me, it was the battle of the bloody nose.
But that's how it was for me. I was a better fighter then than later on, because I didn't think about this. It was like radar, like, okay, that's opening, and throw this, and it was like weird, because it was like an out of body experience, because I wasn't thinking about it. It was just like a reflex, a normal instinct to do. When you see something, you capitalize on it, and that's what makes a great boxer, and that's what Tank has. He has that ability to see stuff in openings and take advantage of it. When he caught Ryan, he saw that opening. Did you see when he ducked and came over with that left hand?
Right. Exactly.
And dropped him. He put that in motion. It's not,
you didn't have to think about
exactly.
that.
It's not something that let me think, and that was like
it'll be
all
gone then.
instant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he did it so quick, and it was so natural. If it wasn't natural, he could have got caught.
That's right. Wow.
When because it's so quick. Yes, it's so quick. The person doesn't have a chance to react because it's natural. It's like nature, second nature. You see something, boom, and you react, and that's it.
Most boxing weekend warriors don't understand that about the sport.
I felt bad for the guy the way he kind of looked lost at the end, and that his corner, his promoter should have been there.
Yeah. Now, since his parents are so involved in his career, I mean, he's a grown man now; he could do his own thing. But they're the ones that funded him going to all the tournaments and everything. So there's a bond that's not gonna stop. They're gonna have to say something too. I mean,
his mother and even Tank and his mother hugged Tank and was talking to him, and they held it for a long time. I said, "Oh wow, this is, they're decent people. It's no animosity, no disrespect, and it was just, they really care about."
Well, see, those are real boxing parents. They weren't the kind of parents that just let their kid go and train all the years. They were going to the tournaments. Like the mother said, there's only one tournament that they didn't go to for some reason, because I think it was financial at that time. But there was only one out of all the hundreds of fights that he had that they didn't go to. Just one. So they are dedicated parents behind. So
not like that loser father, Danny Garcia, that old
the hanger-on cokehead. You gotta win this fight, Danny. You gotta win this fight, Danny. All the drug dealers kill me.
Fucking Danny, he didn't do what he had to do. He didn't go in there and initiate. He didn't stick to the plan, and he's like an old heroin addict with that hard face.
And dyed
he looks
hair.
like an old heroin. Yeah, dyed jet black hair, looking like Mo from the Three Stooges. That's who he looks like, a Hispanic version of Mo from the Three Stooges.
Just like when you sent me the picture of Simon Bar Sanderson and said he looked like Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah. Nosferatu. He's Nosferatu with it too. He look like him too.
The cousin of Nosferatu, your original Dracula.
Yeah. De La Hoya, I thought he was I don't care for him no more.
Like I some kind of integrity. I know he
No, he don't.
And now here, check this out. For those people who want to say certain things, when we have fights and you have an Irish guy fighting a Scottish guy. A Scottish fan is going to look out for the Scottish fighters. I'm not mad at that.
Hold on one second.
I'm going to keep talking. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking. But I have no problem with that. I have no problem when a Mexican fan supports a Mexican fighter. That's just the nature of the game. We support our own. But then we're overall good boxing fans. You see what I mean? And overall, at the end of the day, what you saw with Tank and Ryan, that was beautiful. The parents of Ryan, who know the grind of being a fighter, even though he may not be as great as Tank, but everybody's not going to be great. But at the end of the day, they saw Tank, the parents of Ryan, saw Tank, and it was like, okay, this guy, he won fair and square. Ryan couldn't match up to it. So there's still no need. They didn't go, he's a black man and we're Latino and whatever. At the end of the day, I hope the majority of the people felt that way. We know that some people ride or die to the end, and it's always going to be a race or color culture thing, but it's boxing. And if we love boxing, at the end of the day, we have to respect the fact of the work that these guys put in. The trash talk makes it fun. I enjoyed it. Sometimes trash talk is serious. Sometimes it's like, okay, we're going to let it fly because this is entertainment. It's not fake, because at the end of the day, they're throwing punches at each other. And they know how to do what they do. Some know a little better. Maybe Ryan would have gotten in with somebody else and did better, but with another opponent that may not have had what little skills he has. I'm not saying little like he has none at all, but, it is what it is. But it's a boxing match, and great fight. We need more of those. Hopefully this will shift everything over. We have Lomachenko and Haney coming up next month. Hopefully this whole thing, guys ducking and waiting and saying the belts don't count. Now, we know that Tank is one of the most popular fighters. We know Haney has all the belts and he's the champion. And we should mix it up. Let's see what happens after Lomachenko. May these brothers all get together and show how it's done. And I know Haney's going to move up. We know that. Teofimo Lopez moved up. He's a nutcase. I don't know what planet he's on. But the bottom line is that this is boxing. I just wish they would move a little faster, because, me and my brother here talking, we go back to an era we remember Muhammad Ali in the 70s, and we were born in the early 60s. So we know as young teenagers, as we watch boxing over the decades, and he is a former boxer. He knows what he's talking about. You know, I was right there with him in the gym, you know, saw his fights and everything. So that's what it is. And it teaches you the integrity and different stuff. But seeing how De La Hoya threw, you know, Ryan Garcia under the bus like that, and Hopkins and Goosen. I was still talking. What I was basically saying is that how the respect with the mother and the father with Davis, how they knew the grind of being a fighter, even if Garcia was not as great a fighter, they were into it and they know the real deal, and that was beautiful. So I was also saying how I have no problem when a Mexican fan roots for a Mexican fighter or whatever. You roll with your people, and we all know overall boxing. We've loved boxing. We love boxers and fighters. And I was explaining that, you know, you were a fighter and training and different stuff like that. At one point, you left out of it, but you had lots of natural ability. You would have been one of the greatest fighters out there. I know. I saw it with my own two eyes, but you understand. So you speak from experience. But the integrity, you know, let me just say it. Oscar De La Hoya's little bitch. That higher level to be, and you know the grind of boxing, and no matter whatever happened between you and Ryan Garcia behind closed doors where he wanted to have a fight, well, let the man have the fights that he wanted to fight, because you know what? De La Hoya was teased in a certain way, if we can remember, that he was just paper thin, you know, golden boy, Olympic champion. And then he tried his best and went in, and he lost some fights. Even at the height of his career, he lost his fights. What's his name that fought Mayweather on the black man, and he had the light eyes? I just remember. Oh God, it's crazy. I'm forgetting his name. Shane Mosley. Yeah, Shane Mosley beat him.
One of them he beat him, and one of them they robbed him. Yeah, Trinidad, Felix Trinidad. The De La Hoya, they robbed him with that. Mayweather beat him. Hopkins beat him. You know,
that's right. And people will say, well, Pernell Whitaker, they can say, well, you know, he's more of a defensive fighter, but he made De La Hoya look stupid. And
yeah, he did. I was watching that. Yeah, I was watching that fight yesterday on YouTube. Yes,
that was back in, was it 1997? That fight was.
Yeah, and De La Hoya was. Well, De La Hoya was laughing and smart because he couldn't do nothing with him, you know, and made him look like an idiot.
Stood right in front of him and missed like 5-6 punches.
Yeah, they robbed Whitaker with that other Mexican fighter. I can't think of his name. Cesar Chavez. Yeah, they robbed him with that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Pernell Whitaker destroyed him. You know, it was a disgrace. And just like that guy that was beating the guy, I don't know if it was Chavez. I think it was Chavez. He was beating him from pillar to pillar. And the guy, he got rocked. And the referee gave him a standing 8 count. Then he bobbed or steal or something. And he told him the guy was trying to come to him.
Richard
Steele. He didn't. He was Richard Steele.
With a funny voice.
Yeah, and he stopped the fight, and the guy could have went on, and he destroyed that kid's career. The black guy, I can't think of his name, but he destroyed his career, and he stopped the fight, and the guy was ahead winning the fight.
Meldrick Taylor,
and they showed, and they showed them like now, and the guy's a punch drunk, you know. It's the sad slurring of speech, and he destroyed his career.
He destroyed his life, really and truly.
Yes.
You train all your life, and you do this thing. His outlook and everything would have been so different after that. Once he won that fight, and you know, people don't understand that there's no. I mean, you can't believe this thing. You win the thing. Hands down, you're showing it, clear shots. Yeah, he took some shots. Yeah, this was a fight, but he clearly won the fight.
And he couldn't get no decent boxing, referee bouts anymore because of that. They blackballed him.
Yeah,
Richard Steele.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that was terrible. But somebody had him in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, one of them judges last night had to fight when Tank knocked down Garcia. He gave Tank an 8, and it should have been a 10.
Right.
And they were saying that this judge, you know, they were, if they would have,
No, I think it was
the
a
fix was
10-9
in.
round.
This fight.
I think
Yeah,
it was
the
a
fix
10-9
would
round. Yeah, the fix was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, they were saying the fix was in because they would have gave it to Garcia.
Yeah, Coach Calvin said that. Yeah. Wow. That
name sounds familiar, Coach Calvin.
He's from Baltimore. He's the one.
I think I subscribe to him.
Oh, okay. I got to make sure.
Hold on, let me see. Let me look him up because I subscribe to. Let me see. Wait.
Yeah. On what platform?
Is he a Spanish looking, like a Spanish looking guy?
No. He's a black man. He's a black man.
Oh, okay.
He's the one in the corner that always has the glasses on with the little chain, with the little thing hanging down. You know, and he's the one who took Tank in from 7 years old. He was always with him, took him to work. Lots of times Tank would come after school and go, or early or whatever, before the gyms opened up. He's out there sleeping. The cops would say, "Hey, what are you doing out here?" He's like, "I'm out here to train." So when you have that kind of grit, when you have your mother, and I hate to bring this up, I'm just saying he said it himself. You know, his mother was using the substances and all kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. Not to bring that up, but I'm just saying he talks about it. But this is what made him who he is, that he had to fight through all of that. And that's a similar story to so many black youth and other youth coming up. But, you know, as a black man who's blackballed, usually in the sport of boxing, even though there's so many black boxers there, is not controlled by us all the way, you know, and you fight and get so far, you know, you come out of certain places. I don't want to say everybody's coming from the hood, because you have some other good black fighters that don't come from a place like that. But when you have to not eat the best, not sleep the best, you know, stuff is going on inside your house, and that becomes a thing where it's an escape for you. You know what I mean? And in a healthy escape. Yeah, you're getting punched in the head, but you're taking all that energy that you could have used being in the
James
game.
James Tooney. Oh man, Tooney, that guy was dangerous. He was Tony. He was the best. He was all, you know, throwback. Just an all around. Yeah, he didn't like to train. He just loved to fight, you know, and he was dangerous. But that guy, he was like pound for pound. Has to be one of the greatest boxers and underrated, you know, in boxing. You know, he was like them old school boxers.
Right.
You know,
he knew boxing
back in the 40s, 50s. Yep. And it's a shame because, like, you hear these guys now and they're like all slurring their speech and punchy. You know, it's sad how they.
Yeah, and then the world doesn't acknowledge them. Even the boxing world, as great as they are as a fighter, you know, they're just tossed to the side and used by the promoters and the organizations. That's the sad part.